Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sawmill International Raceway here in Mill Valley, California, for the Levi Signature Grand Prix of Sawmill, or also known as the Lumberjack 325, even though it's not 325 miles. That's also one of the main events that they host here. The ARCSOA Elite Series will be taking on one of the quickest road courses we go to, and one of the most challenging on the schedule. Just a big note was that Rich Roy had a big fiery accident down at the first turn here at Sawmill in pre-qualifying, so therefore he will not start, and that bumps Evan Byrne into the race, so that's good for Byrne. We do hope Rich Roy will be cleared for the next race in Portland. This is also the final round of the 3-week stint we've had in the San Francisco area at Golden State Motorsports Park, then going up to Sonoma, then back down to Mill Valley. So that will be interesting to see going forward. Let's take a look at the full starting grid. Starting from the back row, we have Jesse Turner and Caitlin Tannerhill. Both these two drivers have got to get through the field. Next up, we have Chester Lester Wester and Chase Dunbar. DJ Curtis and Ryan Griffin are the next two cars on the row, with Tim Morse and Joshua Michaels. Benoit Laverne finally gets the Peugeot factory team on the grid, along with Takumi Hirano, not qualifying very well for the Marlon. Even though both Marlons have been quick, they are starting towards the back of the grid. Samet Ozkin splits them. Aiden Shepard and Ingrid Hadeland are on the grid toward a little further back than they would have liked. Evan Byrne and Anthony Griffith farther back on the grid, I think, than they would have liked either. Eric Monaco and Stratan finally qualifies for an ARCSOA Elite Series race. Julius Costra, despite winning the ARCSOA American 700, has not qualified a race since then. Points leader Noah Hart also in this position as well, with Austin Sanders towards the midfield. Lance Kelvin and Pip Longstocking, followed by Dylan Speeds, winner of the last two races, and Bethany Woodard. Tyler Thaber and Sean Perkins are on the grid, with Jamison Moore qualifying very well, and Lawrence Zabka, who is in for the injured Russ Pliskin. Ethan Moore and Zachary Fitzwater, along with Zayden Davidson and Cody Lamas. Nick Pericles and Lou Granner. Ethan Kiterman and Carter Fitzgerald. Bobby Jones and William Brock. Carol Abbott and Vince Freeze, followed by Sean Ard and Greg Woodard, will round out the front row of the grid. So despite Sean Ard getting the pole, he will be starting at a disadvantage because the first turn on this track is a left-hander. I'm not sure why they decided to take that row there, but green flag is out. Greg Woodard actually does get a pretty good start there down towards turn number 1. And it looks like Woodard is actually going to hold tight and station there with Ard. And Woodard, predictably, is going to take the lead there off the pole there. Kind of a big disadvantage for Ard there. But Ard does get the carousel to his advantage. And around this corner they go here. Sawmill, so far so good here. Former Sawmill was in this area. Through the redwood forests they go. And up the hill they fly, and it is going to be Woodard leading the first, coming out of that section of track there. Down the hills they go here. It's very twisty here around this track. And so far so good. There is a little bit of battling here between Fitzgerald and Vince Freeze there. Down the hill they go. And that completes one lap here around one of the more difficult high-speed road courses we go to, as Ard is trying to set up Greg Woodard once again here down into turn 1. It's been a clean start here at this facility here in Mill Valley. Down towards, here we go, Verano a little wide there through the field here as they rocket up the forested area here. Back up the ridge they go. And again, it's all going to be about getting as many positions as you can, because it is very tightly packed so far through this field. A lot tighter packed than people would have thought a road course race would be here. And you don't want to get into too much trouble going down the hill here, as you can see how quick this section of track really can be. These S-bends here are very difficult for drivers. William Brock now is making a move on Carol Abbott for third position on track here. Ard tried to the outside there of Woodard. Not going to get it done there, but he might try and set up the next corner here. again, though, not going to get it done there. Oh, but now he's slotting low now. This might be a good move here by Ard to take the spot here. Not going to get it, I don't think. The Woodard is holding on very tightly to this position. Oh, but around the outside, though, Ard got a better run through that corner there. You can see there's a big cliff there down the ridge there. You don't want to get involved in that too often there. And it looks like Woodard is going to lose the spot to Ard there. Here it comes. That is William Brock there. Brock is going to take second. Actually, maybe be fighting for the lead here as Ard goes a little wide there. That's actually going to put Woodard back in position. Here comes Brock to the lead now. And Brock is going to actually lead the third lap of this race. But Ard is fighting back now as Carter Fitzgerald's actually getting up into this battle. Ryan Matthews, of course, did not qualify for this race. And her teammate, after being held up there by Rich Roy, who eventually did get involved in a pretty fiery incident there, as now Brock does take the lead. Oh, we have an incident. Here's Ingrid Hadeland and Takumi Hirano getting involved in an incident there. And Hadeland with a lot of damage there. We're going to take another look at it here, and Hadeland's not going to be able to pit there either, because Faust went underneath her. And this is Hadeland just sliding wide, and Hirano's there, and off the track goes Hadeland there, and ooh, Austin Sanders got some right side damage there as well. And all three drivers, Hadeland, Hirano, and Sanders, would have to bring it down pit road and get some damage repaired. That's not good for any of them. Oh, we're here. We've got a suspension problem on the Woodard car. We got a couple more cars on pit road here, as we can see a bunch of other cars. Oh, big incident for Tyler Tabor. We got to see what happened to him. Tyler Tabor pretty high in the championship standings. Has a lot of damage. This started with his teammate going off the road, Ethan Moore, and oh no, this is terrible for Toyota. They both go into the wall hard. And on lap 8, they would drive away there, but not good for either of them as Stratan nearly got into a big incident there, and that's definitely going to have to be a pit stop there for Moore as well. Meanwhile, William Brock has a big lead over Sean Arden. Carter Fitzgerald now is flying through this field. Bobby Jones in fourth. Woodard and Abbott. Oh, Abbott and Woodard off the road here as Vince Freeze has to back way down the field off there. And then a little further back, we've got some very tight corners battling here with Kiterman, Zabka, Gart, Ranner, the 84 of Davidson. And then you've got the 48 of Lamas back there as well. We're going to take a look over at fastest laps now. Fastest lap of the race right now goes to the race leader, William Brock there. Looks like Carter Fitzgerald does get by Sean Ard there. And now we're going to see if Carter Fitzgerald can do anything to catch William Brock there. Remember, it is only lap 10, so there is time left in this event, obviously. Interesting strategy call here as Carter Fitzgerald from second would bring it down pit road. No damage on that car or anything like that, but not quite sure why they'd bring the 60 down right now. This could be either a genius pit call or, much like most of Matthews Motorsports season, a very, very dumb one. But the 60 car on pit road. And the 17 of William Brock now has a humongous lead over Sean Ard and Bobby Jones back there. And as you can see that up on top of that very scary looking ridge there. Again, William Brock doing an amazing job here. Oh, we got somebody blowing up here. Dylan Speeds, the winner of the last two races, has had some major damage to that car. I wonder what happened there. And Dylan Speeds is trying to lap Tyler Tabor. Tabor goes wide. Tabor's another incident here, and Speeds gets a huge hit there. Bethany Woodard in it as well, and Woodard's going to fall out of the race here. Luckily, that's off the racing line. And, oh dear, that's a incident there as Tabor and Woodard would fall out here, and definitely Speeds is trying to get to the pits here. And gets into the side of Evan Byrne. What are you doing there, Dylan? And Chester Lester Wester gets a lot of damage from that too, and Dylan would have to go back around again. This makes no sense at all because now here comes Carter Fitzgerald back down pit road. This time I think Carter has some right side damage there, but Not quite sure about that, but, yeah, Fitzgerald, once again, Matthews Motorsports has a good race going for themselves, and they proceed to screw it up. And no damage on either side of the car. Oh, there was another incident down here, it looks like. That might have been the last one we were getting at there, but Carter Fitzgerald, no damage to that car at all. I made a mistake at the number there. The number looks like kind of a donut, or maybe some wheel-to-wheel contact there. And again, we get another victim down here as, oh, it looks like Anthony Griffith got into the back bumper there of Sam at Ozkin, and around goes Ozkin, and he would be the next car in that chicane, in that little S-bend there, which can be a bit of a pain there to have some incidents down there. 5-car on pit road now. This is Noah Hart. Do we have a mechanical problem? Doesn't look like it, but Noah Hart does have possibly something wrong with that car. Nope, just a scheduled stop there. Got some fuel and got going again, but Noah Hart, I don't know if this is a good pit call if I'm Noah Hart, but the championship contenders, for the most part, are having a pretty poor day today. So race leader William Brock would have to deal with Austin Sanders here, and Brock is being held up quite massively here by Sanders here. He's opened up a 7-second lead, as you can see on the board up here as we go kind of through the order on the board here. I don't want to get too comfortable that far out there, even though 7 seconds is quite impressive around here, as Brock does try to get by Sanders, but Sanders is being quite racy against him here. And looks like Brock is going to get the track position there, but only a handful of cars out of the race right now. But Brock now really needs to get a move on it here. Anthony Griffith on pit road as well here. He was involved in the incident there. As now here's Sean Hart now still losing ground to William Brock, even though Brock has been held up in traffic. Carroll Abbott and Pip Longstocking would also bring it down pit road, so we're getting some more pit stop cycles here. Like I said, you just got to be really... the pit stop strategy on this track has been thrown wide open, and you got to be real careful about how you approach pit stop strategy here, because it is some of the more difficult races to figure out when you're on a track this quick. Oh, we got a car broken down. That's Sanders in the middle of the track. That's kind of silly. And it's just a fuel system problem here by Austin Sanders here. And he would do the obviously appropriate thing and park in the middle of the road. And really, that's kind of a silly place to be, but unfortunately, oh wow, Woodard forced Longstocking quite onto the road there. Lou Granier from 13th position would bring it down pit road here. Actually, he was running a little higher than that. He was in the top 10 actually. In 8th would bring it down pit road here. And for a scheduled pit stop here, like I said, a lot of pit strategy going on in this race right now. And the two pink cars on track would get into each other there. That fired Byrne off the road. Byrne didn't like that, got back up into Turner, and well, it really hurt Evan Byrne there. And Byrne would go off the road there, as would Jesse Turner. Turner would have to get it back on the road in the Fordale car and keep going at this stage. Tim Morse in the Morse Code team brings it down pit road as well. In the 15 car, got to be careful with that going forward as well here. Ooh, we got another incident down here. That is Sean Ard in an incident. Oh, we got Kiterman involved as well. And here's what happened. This is actually Zayden Davidson in the other car here, as both of them would take a very violent hit down there into this incident here, as both cars would fall out. And the lap of doom would get even worse for the Nissan team, as this is Ard getting flown off the track. It just so happened that the 5 car was there. Gotta give credit where credit's due. This is Jamison Moore and Stratan here. Moore and Stratan. Jamison Moore, no relation to Ethan Moore, driver in the Toyota team that I know of. But Jamison Moore doing a really good job in the Caspian car. Caspian got both cars onto the grid this weekend. And great to see Jamison Moore really performing well in that 02 car. I'm quite impressed. Meanwhile, William Brock has a lead that is quite large right now, upwards of almost 10 seconds there, and he's got a 10, and then Longstocking in second. I'm sorry, Zabka in second. has a 10-second lead over the 88 car. These three drivers, of course, have not pitted. The 88 might have. I'm not sure about that, but I kind of doubt it. But good to see. This is kind of a domination show with Brock just kind of extending his lead every lap he possibly can. 5 car, though, looking really strong, though. 31 of Fitzwater brings it down pit road here, and that's another car that is failing. It's just past halfway now. And could be interesting to see what the pit strategy now game is going to be. We've got some cars that are committing to a 1-stop, some committing to a 2, some even to a 3. So just got to be real careful you don't box yourself in too much. Monaco and I believe one of the Woodard cars, the 007s, and again, I thought it was one of the Woodard cars, but Monaco is on pit road now. And that brings out another car that has failed for the pits. Close call for race leader William Brock, though, as he'd throw it off the road here on lap 30 and get some right side damage there and actually lose a little bit of his lead, but not enough, obviously, to really hurt himself that much. Over by lap 32, Brock would bring it down pit road, and we're looking, Zabka is staying out. So Lawrence Zabka has not brought it back down pit road just as of yet here. The 88 is also staying out as well, so I think they're finally going to start repairing some of that damage there that we are seeing on the 17 car. And here comes Stratan, Shepard, and Jamison Moore in as well. Moore is looking very strong here. Also, Benoit Lethervine in the Peugeot in the points as well so far in this event. So, could be something brewing here with the Peugeot team. Oh, we got Byrne off the road again. As we're kind of going through the order here, we're looking to see if Zabka brings it down pit road. Doesn't appear to be doing so, though. And we're seeing how far back 17 is. 17 must have had a really slow pit stop here, because he's battling with Greg Woodard on the same lap as Woodard. I'm not sure if Woodard's pitted yet, but if so, that's really going to be bad for William Brock. Zabka, the race leader, would bring it down pit road here. And now we're looking for Vince Freeze. Where is Freeze on track? It looks like Freeze and Jones, the lap car, coming in. And Faust from fourth is coming in, or fourth overall running order there. And now basically everybody's bringing it down pit road on lap 35 here. We're now interested to see if this is the battle for the lead. Greg Woodard has just snookered everyone on pit strategy here. I think this might be our race leader, is Greg Woodard here, unless it's Zabka got out in front of him. Or gets out in front of him here. And Greg Woodard now is flying around that corner there. There's Zabka coming out of the pits. Zabka and Abbott. Abbott's, of course, one lap down. And there is Woodard. So Woodard is in second. Brock is behind Woodard, and Zabka, I think, still is going to be the leader. And that is a big leapfrog there, because Brock had a very slow pit stop there, I'm guessing, to try and get some of that damage repaired. And Brock does not look nearly as quick as Greg Woodard. Cody Lamas pitted later than everybody else, so he actually led the lap here. But here comes Zabka blasting by right there. Woodard gets by the lap car of Abbott, who is down in 18. As you can see, here's the rest of the order here right now. Down the straightaway they go, and Woodard now is chasing down Lawrence Zabka. There, Brock is in third, but Brock now is looking quite pedestrian compared to these two. Brock led the early stages of this race now, and it looks like it's going to be a Zabka V. Oh, we got Faust blowing up. Gretchen Faust with a big engine issue there. Maybe some damage to the front of that car. Gonna take a look and see what happens. This is a rather silly incident where Faust catches the pit exit wall there, and that fires her into the tire wall on the outside there. Kind of where Rich Roy went off earlier today, and that's actually going to be Faust out of the race, so one of the main championship contenders is out right there. Brock now makes the move on Abbott, or is trying to make the move on Abbott, but Abbott is fighting strong here. The left car of Abbott's fighting strong, and Zabka has really got to start worrying about these top 3 being all together. Because Woodard has been on a tear this last run here. Even though Zabka's about a hundredth of a second quicker, or 10th of a second quicker, and Woodard throwing it off the road like that isn't going to help him. And Lawrence Zabka is starting to pull a big lead here on Woodard as Carter Fitzgerald is really holding up Greg Woodard here in second. And right now, Lawrence Zabka is really starting to push here. We got a car on pit road, maybe with damage. Yes, that's Chase Dunbar on pit road. Let's see what happened. Much like Gretchen Faust, this is just Chase Dunbar firing it off the road there. Not what we needed to see there. Oh, we have an incident, Carter. This is what happened with Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald fires it off the road and into Joshua Michaels, and Michaels goes up on his side here. Gotta keep in mind, Michaels was running 16th there. Not doing too bad, actually. And 2 laps later in the same corner, Fitzgerald's really slow out there, and actually, well, no, that's not even the same corner. That's just Carol Abbott running into Fitzgerald. And Abbott takes a big incident there. Here it is again, and this is Abbott just running into the side of Fitzgerald, and, well, that was kind of silly there. And another big incident there for Carol Abbott. Jamison Moore from 9th place would have to bring it down pit road. Once again, possibly a tire going down on the 02 car. Not what you want to have happen to you there, but unfortunately, sometimes that's happened, and that is racing. The 2-stop brigade now, we're realizing can't make it. So, or the early pit stop brigade can't make it, so they're all coming down pit road. That's DJ Curtis we're seeing on pit road. You got Stratan on pit road, Ryan Griffin on pit road as well here. And now, Zabka is looking very strong that he made the right decision. Longstocking and Branner have come down pit road, and keep in mind, Lawrence Zabka is only a part-time driver filling in for Russ Pliskin. He is on his way to win an ARCSOA Elite Series race for Pass, something Pliskin hasn't been able to do. Also, the 96 car has brought it down pit road as well. We missed it, but the 96 has pitted. Ooh, Hadland nearly wipes somebody out there. And now, there's where the 96 of Woodard came out there. But now, as we go through the field here, Lawrence Zabka is doing an awesome job there in the 24 car. Oh, and Ethan Moore would toss himself off the road here and spin around backward. That is never a good thing, as he is going to try and get going again here. Oh, Caitlin Tannerhill and Chester Lester Wester get a big piece of that there. And they're both going out of the race. Definitely there. Oskin nearly clobbers the side of Tannerhill. Final lap for Lawrence Zabka, who has been quite strong today, to be honest with you. He has done an amazing job here in the 24 car here. William Brock is quite a ways down the order there. And Zabka, who'd have ever thought that Lawrence Zabka, who is filling in for a driver, is going to win his first ARCSOA Elite Series race here at the Sawmill Raceway here in Mill Valley, California. He rockets around some of these corners up here, and this is where we need to see how drivers perform. Through some of the more chaotic corners on the track. Final carousel, downhill corner now for Lawrence Zabka. Zabka comes out of the final corner. He is going to win here in Mill Valley. Brock is going to bring it home second position here. After a slow pit stop, Brock is going to be kicking himself after that. Third is going to go to Cody Lamas, actually, and fourth has recently swapped hands between Vince Freeze over Greg Woodard. So great to see that position change for DNC. So our winner today is Lawrence Zabka with William Brock second. Third is Cody Lamas. Fourth is Vince Freeze. Fifth is Greg Woodard. Sixth is DJ Curtis. Seventh For the Peugeot team out of nowhere, Benoit Laverne. We were going to make fun of them for not qualifying for any races so far. But they did get one on the grid and finishes 7th with the Peugeot team, even though they've been quite slow lately. Benoit Laverne has survived this long. 8th goes to Calvin, 9th goes to Moore, 10th goes Jameson Moore, that is. 10th goes to Hirano, 11th goes to Monaco, 12th goes to Stratan, 13th to Shepard, 14th to Griffin, 15th to Bobby Jones, 16th to Longstocking, 17th to Granner, 18th to Hart, 19th to Turner, 20th to Fitzwater, 21st to Griffith, 22nd to Morse, 23rd to Hadeland, 24th to Ard, 25th to Oskin, 26th to Byrne. Of course, Byrne on down, it's not going to get any points for this race. Sanders, 27th, Lester Wester out in 28th. 29th goes to Tanner 30th goes to Abbott, 31st goes to Moore, 32nd goes to Fitzgerald, 33rd goes to Faust, 34th to 33rd goes to Michaels, 34th to Faust, 35th to Dunbar, 36th to Kiterman, 37th to Davidson, 38th to Speeds, 39th to Woodard, 40th to Thaber, 41st to Perkins, and 42nd to Nick Pericles. Out of the race. Pending any tech inspection snafus, Noah Hart, Vince Freeze, and Tyler Thaber will lead the championship with over 100 points back for Cody Lamas. Bethany Woodard on 537, Carol Abbott on 533, Gretchen Faustin 7th, Greg Woodard 8th, 9th is Nick Pericles, and 10th is DJ Curtis for Ford Performance Technologies. Dylan Speed still down in 11th despite winning 2 races in a row, the last 2 races in a row before this one. Ryan Griffin in 12th, Moore 13th, Ard 14th, Kelvin 15th, Jones 16th, Monaco 17th, Shepard 18th, Hirano 19th, Davidson 20th as we keep going down the order. Matthews, who didn't start today, 21st. 22nd goes to Griffith, 23rd goes to Perkins, 24th to Longstocking, 25th to Sanders, 26th to Roy, 27th to Anselmi, 28th to Hadeland, 29th to Russ Pliskin, and 30th to Tanner Hill, 31 to Brock, 32 to Kiterman, 33 to Fitzgerald, 34th to Costa, 35th to Verschagen, 36th to Michaels, 37th to Maya, 38th to Holiday, 39th to Fitzwater, 40th to Bouchard, 41st to Ilkin, and 42nd to Stephen Thompson. Zabka's in 43rd, winner today here. Oskin in 44th, 45th to Elliott Sr., 46th to Dormitory, 47th to Berkman, 48th to Miyazaki, 49th to Lester Wester, 50th to Drive, 51st to Latharavine, 52nd to Moore, 53rd to Turner, 54th to Truck Taggart, 55th to the Silver Spoon, 56th to the other Silver Spoon. They're actually tied for 55th. Stratan in 57th, 58th to Rowe, 59th to Quinn Kelly, 60th to Wolf, 63rd to Granner, 62nd to Randolph, 63rd to Coleman, 64th to Byrne, 65th to Morse, and 66th to Dane Bradley. So that's the driver's points pending any Room of Doom. We still have not done that. And boy, do we have some big changes on this pending Room of Doom. Dominion and Caraway are the leading team right now with Lycoya TRD. Ferrari, Marlon Factory Team, and Silver Speed staying in their spots. Tesla dropping quite a bit there. But look at Ford Performance Technology and Bradley get themselves in. They jump over Team Thunder, who by 1 point is ahead of Nissan, who drops now. Zane Davidson and Sean Ard now have to drop to pre-qualifying, along with the Adelan Sport Team, who, despite Dylan Speed's winning 2 races in a row, has to go back to pre-qualifying. Passes down there again as well. Keep in mind, though, a grand total of 3 points separating 10th through 12th on the schedule, on the point standings there. And again, this is all Room of Doom specific, so if Bradley, Team Thunder, Ford, one of them get a big DQ in this race, who knows? Past Roy Inc., Honda, Matthews is not. Matthews looked like they had a lot of hope at the start of the season, haven't done anything since. Mid-Atlantic, Middle Deutschland, Michelson, Userrod, Landry, Fordale, Caspian, Mentervini, Blameless, ARCSOA America, Peugeot, Kawartha Lakes, and Morse Code round out your top 30, leaving Mill Valley. But keep in mind, and I'll say this again, Room of Doom still is happening. And originally, I will also make a note that for some reason on the point standings, Road Atlanta was not listed as a double points race. It was, so that's why there's a lot of big changes with that. With the championship this time around is because Road Atlanta's points were doubled and they were not set on the calendar because Road Atlanta was an endurance race this season. With that being said, we will be off to Portland next week for a very, very, very fun race around the Portland road course. We'll see you then, everybody.